Yay, it's another Bernie Sanders video. I'm back. Did you miss me? So this is a follow-up video to the last one that I made called God to Bernie Sanders, Take My Hand. The way the divine works is that when you let go of his hand, he doesn't just pull his hand back, he leaves it outstretched. And the way the divine leaves his hand outstretched is he keeps repeating the truth. So it's repetition, repetition, repetition. Hey, Bernie, the truth is over here. The truth is over here. The truth is over here. I'm still here. I'm the divine. My hand is still here. Please take it. So that's the way the divine works. So welcome to God 101. I will include a link to that video in the description box below this one so you guys can watch it, because the other side is quite worried about Bernie Sanders right now. So congratulations, President Sanders, in deciding to run for president again. You didn't really have much of a choice. We all have free will, but yeah, sorry, you didn't really have a choice with that one. So I'm really glad you decided to do that. I'm just sad that you decided to run as a member of the Democratic Party, because that was a mistake and something you weren't really supposed to do. So now, unfortunately, universal energies are responding to that free will decision. So the divine asked me to make this video letting you know what the deal is and why and how universal energies are responding to that free will decision. Number one, they're saying that you pushed love away instead of receiving it. Nick Brana and the Movement for a People's Party was trying to draft you to lead the People's Party, and you did not, and instead you pushed Nick Brana's hand away. Well, that was the light actually working through Nick Brana and reaching out to you, and you never took Nick Brana's hand or the light's hand, so this was something you never did. So unfortunately, you turned around and walked away from that love coming at you when they wish you would have received that energy and chosen to lead the People's Party. Number two, they're saying that you demonstrated a lack of self-love because the Democratic Party actually screwed you over in the last election by rigging the primaries. The Democratic Party actually screwed over the United States, not just you. So you demonstrated a lack of self-love because instead of separating out from the Democratic Party, who screwed you over, you decided to stay with them. So that's a problem, because when you have a dark entity, also known as the Democratic Party, and a light entity known as Bernie Sanders shackled together, these are incompatible energies. How do incompatible energies break up from one another? The light demonstrates self-love and goes psh, and separates out. So that's exactly what you were being asked to do, was as the light entity demonstrate self-love and separate out and say, I'm going to break up, with my abusive girlfriend and go do something else. So that's another concern that the other side is saying, is that you are demonstrating a lack of personal power, lack of self-confidence, etc., by essentially acting like someone who's beholden to the Democratic Party. Being concerned about, your logical mind taking over and being concerned about, oh, well, third parties never succeeded in the past, so I'm going to fail if I branch out. This is what I have to do. I need the financial support. I need the media attention. I need the Democratic Party. Third parties always fail. It's a two-party system, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is a lack of personal power and a lack of faith and trust in your own abilities, and it's all about you and your soul is a powerhouse. So that's the problem. The other side is saying that you are not beholden to anybody. You're not beholden to anybody. You're a powerful soul, and this is about you knowing that you are a powerhouse. You do not need the Democratic Party to win. And so what this actually demonstrates is a lack of trust in yourself and the divine, because the divine asked you to take a leap of faith and you didn't take it. So this is demonstrating a lack of trust and faith in yourself, a lack of trust and faith in the divine, and shackling yourself to the Democratic Party, thinking you need them when you don't. So like I said, this was a logical decision. You did not use your intuition. They wish you did. They wish you used your gut, because they were sending you intuitive guidance through your gut and you ignored it. So all head, all coming from the head, what's logical, what's practical, but unfortunately you can't always rely on your head to make decisions. So you did not take the leap of faith. You never took the leap of faith, and the divine asked you to. So if you did take a leap of faith, that would have demonstrated personal power, faith, and trust in the divine. So that's a fantastic way to take the divine's hand. Show faith and trust in him. Instead, what you decided to do was reform the Democratic Party. You're also not aligned with divine intent. Whatever, there's an R in there. You're not aligned with the divine intent, because the divine isn't interested in reforming the Democratic Party. He's interested in replacing the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. He's not interested in reforming either one of them, and he doesn't care if you've gotten a bunch of people on board with your platform. The divine actually doesn't care about that at all. Sorry. He only cares about replacing them with the People's Party, which you are supposed to lead. That's why you wrote a book called Our Revolution. That's what it's about. So, yeah. It's about, the divine being extremely, extremely protective of the people. And part of the way the divine is protective of the people is he makes sure he gives them a clean light to follow. I know there's a scratch on my back, and no, it's not from anything fun, so get your mind out of the gutter. This is a channel of love and light, so keep it clean. When you're single, you scratch your own back. I was not acted upon. Nobody else did that, but yes, I do know there's a scratch on my back. Just wanted to put that in there. I know you guys can see it, and you're probably like, what's that from? Anyway, okay. No clean light to follow. So since the divine is so protective of the people, he wants progressives and democratic socialists to say, ooh, that's what I align with. That makes sense. I want to be over there. Instead, they're looking at the Democratic Party. It's like, well, I align with some of it, but not really. And also, if you listen to Bernie's speeches, it's really interesting because he's like, the people, the people, the people, the people. And it's like all of his speeches have like the People's Party written all over it. And I'm like, your speeches don't even fit the Democratic Party because you're like giving People's Party speeches like as part of the Democratic Party. It like doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. But anyway. Yeah, so the divine wants you to give people a clean light to follow, something that they resonate with 110%, as opposed to just partially. The people don't trust the Democratic Party, nor should they. So it would be great if you didn't align yourself with that. Another thing is that the Democratic Party drew a line in the sand and specifically asked you to declare that you are a Democrat and a member of the Democratic Party in order to run as a member of the Democratic Party. So, unfortunately, you're not a Democrat. You're an independent senator from Vermont. So you, unfortunately, running as member of the Democratic Party, you did not align yourself with truth. That is the biggest problem, is you did not align yourself with truth. God is the truth, so you let go of God's hand. That's a problem. That's a big problem. So now universal energies are responding to your free will decision. Universal energies are responding to all of this. Lack of. Sorry. So if universal energies are responding to all of this, what does that mean for you? Well, let's look at my YouTube channel. What is my YouTube channel about? Well, I'm a channel for the light. So let's look at the light. Love, self-love, trust, truth. That's what all my videos are about. Self-love, lining yourself with truth, life purpose, doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's what my YouTube videos are about. And my YouTube videos are also about the law of attraction. So if you're backing away from the light, you're going towards the dark, which is why the dark is drooling all over you like you're a big juicy steak right now, President Sanders. Because what you did was you let go of the divine's hand, and when you let go of the divine's hand, unfortunately, you made yourself vulnerable to the dark. And the dark knows that, so they're going to go after you hardcore. You threw yourself into this twister, this power struggle twister that is an election. So the dark's going to go after you either way. But when the dark goes after you in this twister, you got to hold the hand of the divine, and he'll help you. Well, if you let go of the hand of the divine, the dark's going to go after you hardcore, because they're going to know you're vulnerable, and you backed away from truth, so you're in a tough spot. So that's why it's my job to let you know what you did and how universal energies are responding to your free will decision. So this is the reality that you're creating for yourself, and the law of attraction is kicking in, and this is the energy that you're attracting to yourself. The dark, unfortunately. So we're going to need some course correction here, President Sanders. So if you could just go ahead and say that when you decided to run as a member of the Democratic Party, you were just kidding, right? Hey, just kidding. I'm going to go over there and go lead the People's Party. That would be great, because what we essentially need you to do is to command universal energies with your free will decision, and we need your free will decision be for you to change your mind and go lead a third party that essentially takes over. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. So if you could just go ahead and do that, that would be great. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.